the Scorpion EVO Magazine Disassembly and Assembly. Just going to go in a little bit more detail than what it was before, what you've seen on other videos, which I only seen one, so video. So I've already done 2 of them. I think I perfected it enough to where I can cut the video down a little bit. Alright, so of course things that I used for cleaning, I have the alcohol, toothbrush. I got a little heavier brush in cases like some areas may need it. Some dusters, some air spray for compressed air. So that's all my cleaning utensils that I used. For disassembly and assembly, I have a puncher. Of course, I got the hammer to go with it. Got a needle nose pliers for another piece, and these needle nose pliers and these tweezers sort of work together because you'll see it in the later. The screwdriver is just to have a height on it when I lay this on top. Okay, and then of course, most important tool is a magnet of some sort. So you can go big, you can go small, whatever the case may be, but you will need probably a magnet just for safety that you don't go losing one of these pins. Okay, let me move this around so I can get to what I need to get. Alright, so of course first thing is you want to take off your butt plate off down here. Sometimes it'll be nice and easy, sometimes it'll be rough. Looks like this one is going to be easy for me. So once I get it to a certain point, I sort of shove my finger in there and pull it out. Nothing pops out, so I just is helping pushing this down to create some loosen up the tension. So there's that right there. Then what you're going to do is this pin right here is what you're going to be pulling out. You're going to use that with your tweezers. Stick a tweezer in there. You're going to punch it through. Sometimes you pull it out with your hands, sometimes you can't. And if you can't, that's where these come in. There you go. So there's no correct side, back side, whatever. Might be, but I didn't see anything, so don't worry about it. Driving on. Okay, so make sure this is where you're going to need your magnet at. Because when I start disassembling, you can see that little slit hole right there, a little slit. Right there is a retaining pin of some sort. Right in that one, and there's also one on this one. They basically hold these for the BBs inside here, where you see the little prints at. That helps out right there. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to start removing it, keeping your finger on top like so. This way when you pop it out or start bringing it out, did you hear that? Okay, so basically what happened was the follower popped up, and there went the piece. So you have this one here, which is plastic, and this one here that's metal. And then I turned it over, and the other one fell right on top of the magnet. So perfect landing. And you just turn that over to the side, and that one pops out as well. All right. Next, you're going to turn the magazine on its flat side, or on a side where this little lever is at. Don't worry about the lever. What you want to actually watch out for is just below it. You'll see the slit. Right through there is going to be your spring and your retainer that holds the spring inside. And if you hear 1980s music, that's my wife cleaning the bathroom next door. Alright. So basically I kept it down low. I got my fingers down on it so it won't do anything. So what you're going to do is you're going to push it down, not the whole thing, and up. And as you push it up, the spring is going to start popping out. And you want to watch that so you don't go losing it. Good thing is I have a little bunch of junk over here. So, and then here's your spring. Spring is out and everything. Now you can just slide this completely out. Keep your finger pressed on the top end because we're going to go over that in a second. And you're going to notice I pull the top half off. I'm going to give you this shot right here. Get some light on there. Hopefully you can see that. Basically, those are how it goes in the end. Okay. Now, of course, all four pop out. On both of these pieces, they have the two male ends on the sides. One is bigger than the other. Okay. And they, of course, correspond with these two. One is smaller than the other. Hopefully you got a good video of that. So that's how it goes. Alright. Then from here, just clean it up. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it, and then I'll get back with you on what I did specifically with it. Alright, welcome back. There's going to be a little part of just kicking you some knowledge type stuff. Alright, so inside, you see the little groove that's there? Okay? That's where this track follows the groove. Look, let me get this one hand. And you'll see a bigger end and a shorter end to it. Okay? The same concept over here. You want the bigger end going forward. Okay? The reason is because when you set this inside, here's the short end. If you got it on a short end, it's not going to go forward. Okay? You actually want the bigger end on there. Flip this up about 180 degrees here. So this way, this will go forward into the track. This helps that BB get all the way up inside. Okay? And of course, here's the BB follow. And it sits in there. And that's the reason for it. So they both go up like that. Okay? So that's those two pieces. Then of course, here is for the spring. And if you notice the way the body is designed right there, it pretty much was set inside there. Let me get it straight. Okay, there we go. So it'll sit perfectly inside there, just like that. Okay? Let's try that again. There we go. So that way it'll set in there just like that. So that's just kicking that little bit of knowledge on there to be careful with it. As well as for this piece, as you can see, it has a strong pointed end, and then the rest of it's all flat. That pointy end is what's going to go down first. Okay, if you don't do it right and you do it the opposite way, this pointy end is going to stick out. So you want to make sure that pointy end goes down inside when we put this together. And I'll show you how. No biggie. So when we lay once that is laid in, and we lay these pieces together, turn it the right way. When you lay it in, this is going to lay it in on top. If I can get it right there. Okay. It's going to lay on top. That's all you have to do is you got to stick that in and it lays on top. Alright, and of course, like I said, I'll show you it and I'll try to zoom in on the camera. Hopefully it does well for you. Angle that a little bit better for you. Alright, so that's it on that. Okay, next part. Reassemble. Remember, you got large holes and small holes on there. Hopefully I got it in there enough for you to see. And same thing right here. You got large ends and then you got the big ends. So hopefully you got those all in there as well. Let's see if I can get it in hand. Alright, so we're going to start out with the little pieces first, and we're going to go into the small hole first. Okay, so I'm going to take the one that has like a little lever action, I guess we're going to call it. I'm going to stick that one in first, where it's going to, you got one high, one low, that's locking in, and then you got the one that's flat, and of course small holes going in. Small holes are good. I'm going to set the follower in. sure that I got it in right. And over here. There you go. And of course you can see it slid all the way forward, so I got it in the right position. The follower can be anywhere, it's fine of where it goes, but next we're going to line up those two holes with these two holes right here. And it should go nice and easy, perfectly. If you can get it first time, it is locked in. You can hear the follower going around. And for the spring guide and all that, well, yeah, spring guide, follower. And the body, we're going to go ahead and slide that in. So once we slide the body in most of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to put the spring in next. So feed the spring in, use your finger to help you out and to lock it in place as you go through. After a while it's going to get a little tough, which is normal. Right at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick the retaining piece in and slide that all forward. And once it comes back, it slides up against the body, and it'll lock. It won't completely lock itself in place, but it'll do what it does. And then I'm just going to slide that forward in a little bit more, just so that the body's now holding it instead of my finger. Alright, so now we're going to put these little pieces in. Like I said earlier, make sure that you put the tip in first on one side, then you're going to go ahead and drop in the pin, and this piece is going to go toward the front of where the BBs come out. And all you do is you just lay it on there, drop it inside. Once you do that, put your finger on it, because you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, with the other side is going to create a little tension going back towards you, and your piece is going to elevate a little bit. That's fine. Lay your pin in. And then all you got to do is hold it down and slide it over the body. Once it's slid over the body, you're good. So then all we have to do next is slide our retaining pin in. Let's see if it goes the other way easier. Did go in easier that way. So and make sure it's flat. And for your plate cover, you're going to have this body of it, so of course is going to cover that end. So you look at it like so. Then all you have to do is just slide on over the two, push in a little bit, clamp it shut. Alright, then let's go ahead and test it. Wow, load it really well, so that's good. Remember, all I did was use alcohol. I didn't use anything else on it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to spit these BBs back out, and they should just spit all out at once. There should be no hesitation whatsoever. Make sure that's cleaned. Boom, perfect. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Here's another one I'm going to be working on in a few minutes. Can you hear that? It sputtered. When it sputtered like that, that was telling me that something's wrong. Okay? So something's not clean in here, so that's why I marked it with red. And I'm going to unload it. And unload it fine. But something's wrong for loading up the ammo inside. So there's probably a little dirt in there, and I'm going to take care of that. Alright, if you're interested, this is a electronic speed loader. It was on Amazon, but it came from evic.com. Okay, so you can go to evic.com, and it was $70. It uses 4 AAA batteries, and I can't get it up. But anyway, it came from Japan or China or whatever. So that little markings down there. So that's it. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, put a thumbs down. It's all up to you. It don't matter to me. I'm still going to create video content for you, help you guys out the best I can. Alright, until then, pew pew on.